Alright guys, we're here today with the latest build from LOKI Coach. Right away we can see the exterior of this coach takes a different direction. This customer had specific ideas for the design of the exterior of this coach, and we're thrilled to have executed it for him. I really appreciate the color palette that was chosen for this build, where there's a huge variation between the lights and the darks, but the interior just ties everything beautifully together. And we've also integrated a new feature that you've never seen before. Let's start the tour. We've covered extensively the configuration of the bays within our LOKI Coach builds, so we're going to skip over a good part of that and kind of just go and find the main highlights of what we find in the bays in the outside area, living area of this build. This is very special. It's the chef's kitchen that we've developed, which is very popular in the builds that we put in, where we've integrated a whole bunch of features. Where we've got some gas stoves, induction cooktop, we've got multiple refrigerators, wine coolers. Like, this outdoor kitchen has it all. We've also got the entertainment area with some sound bars, and really just crafts an outdoor experience like no other. I also want to highlight two other features that are a signature of LOKI Coach, which is the outdoor lighting. We integrate the LED light through the whole linear side of the coach, which looks exquisite at night. And we also have the battery power pack system that has 48 kilowatt hours of lithium ion battery, the solar on the roof, and it's basically the best performing system on the market available today. And just like that, we come to the interior of the coach, where the outside is much more expressive. This inside is much more soft, balanced, and honestly, very well executed. We've got our LOKI Coach standard interior for the quad slide, where we have our L-shaped dinette here that flows very nicely into the sofa hide-a-bed. On the galley side, we have a love seat. So we've got an ample amount of sitting space for your needs. The ceiling here, we've got the fluted panels of wood, and we try to incorporate the lighting so that we see it the least amount possible. And these panels here that are highly reflective really give a really nice depth to the ceiling. Another thing that's completely exceptional on this coach is the color of the wood. It might look like a laminate, but if you look closely in the reflections of the lighting here, you can see the wood grain, which gives it an absolutely beautiful, subtle detail. To the right, we have the galley. I really love the material that was chosen for the countertop. It's a beautiful contrast with the darker tones. It lightens up the galley area. We have the sink here that's a touch open. We've got the waste management area here. And each one of these has inserts to keep all of your utensils in place. And one of the fan favorites, the NOC dishwasher down here, Fisher-Paykel. Up here as well, we have the Fisher-Paykel induction cooktop. Another thing that I really like about the kitchens that we do here at LOKI Coach is the invisible fixtures, where we have a lining here that completely reduces the visual clutter that you could find on adding handles on each one of these panels. So it's really a nice touch that adds a bit of minimalism to the layout. Up here we have the convection microwave, and the color tone on tone is really a nice finishing for the upper area of the galley. At the end of the galley here, we have an extension of the countertop built in, finished in a very nice walnut, and basically gives you some more prep space if you're using your galley for cooking. And below that, we've got additional storage. One of the highlight features of our closets in this build is that we've put lighting in every one of our cabinets, which is an option that we can offer. Move back here, we've got another large storage area with an integrated wine glass holder at the top. Let's talk about the textures on this build. I really like how that we have some darker leathers here that brings some warmth into the interior, and then the lighter tones on the walls. And we've used two separate materials here to really give a different kind of depth, but overall everything ties in very nicely together. One of the great things about crafting an interior is to play with the different color schemes. We've seen in the past that we've adjusted the interiors to have more lighter tones and more white interiors, and it's really fun to be able to play and mix and match with these colors and basically make a different interior to the liking of the customer. Where this one, I'm really proud of this one. I think all of the materials and the textures and the colors all work well together. So bring your attention to either side of the coach here where we have these tablets. That's our Garmin vehicle management system. So if we wanted to, let's say the privacy glasses are open right now, if we wanted to turn it off, we would use that through the Garmin system. And this system, we're gonna go later on in the video and explain all the other things that it does as well. I've been talking about some of the other builds, and if you're interested in seeing those, we've put the link right here for you guys to check those out. So I've always been vocal about how much I love the front of the coach for the entertainment units that are there. So we can take a look at what we have on this build. We've got the signature 65-inch TV here that we use the Garmin tablet to open. And we also have the secondary TV that we use for alternate purposes. And essentially, once the TVs are both popped up, we're in full cinema mode. Imagine yourself on the weekend, you've got your two favorite sports teams playing a game. You could get either game going on either TV, and the one that you're watching in full view mode, we've got a Bose soundbar so you can really feel the tackles on the Sunday game. So that's a tour of the main living area. Next, we're gonna go into the bedroom, which is basically the second area of the coach where you're gonna spend most of your time. We're gonna skip over the middle part of this coach. It has one of the coolest features that we haven't shown you yet. We'll get back to it at the later part of the video. As we walk into the primary bedroom, let's take a look at what kind of a floor plan we put for this design. This Prevost chassis is a quad slide with the rear slides being super slides, and this specific configuration was ordered with the windows that were aligned to the rear of the slides. So in this configuration we have the king size bed, and we also have the two large storage areas for your closets on the other side of the coach. We have different options of beds that we can use. This one is a double mattress, and both sides can independently incline or decline to have the comfort that you want. So if you wanted to watch TV and you wanted to sit up, you can do that on one side while your significant other's on the other side and maybe wants to go to sleep. So that's some of the configurations that we can do, or we can put a full king size mattress in here. That really comes down to your preference. This window is also an option. I like it personally because it gives a bit more depth into the layout of the room, where you can see into the shower area, so it makes the room feel like it's bigger. And when you're about to take a shower, all you have to do is activate your privacy glass, and then you have full privacy for when you're taking your shower. I'd also like to talk a little bit about the materials in this room, how the different finishings really contrast nicely, where we've got different kind of textures on the walls to really elevate the design of this room and make it feel cozy. So at the lower end of this slide, we've got some storage, and here is your room entertainment area, where we've got our pop-up TV that you can watch while you're relaxing in bed. So up here on the driver's side, we've got some integrated storage. Again, the finish looks like it's a laminate, but it's actually painted wood, so you can really see that wooden texture up there. And the final room behind me is the primary bathroom, where in this build, I'd like you guys to notice how there are absolutely no grout joints in the shower. Every one of these panels is one piece, so that is kind of a testament to the precision of the build. At the bottom of the shower, we'll find the linear drain, which adds to the minimalism of the shower. The lighting design in the shower is a nice attention to detail. We've got the LEDs on both sides of the shower, as well as in the niche, and it really kind of elevates the feeling of when you're in the shower. Actually, those LED lights get warm and offer some heating while you're in the shower. The customer chose some dark fixtures for the shower, and it gives it a very nice contrast with the lighter stone that you find on the walls. Here at the center, we'll find our custom-made stone sink with some storage integrated below, and we also have some storage at the top through the medicine cabinet. On the left side of the bathroom is really all dedicated for additional storage. Now let's go check out that cool feature I was talking to you about before. So on our previous builds, we had a coffee section and a food pantry. We've done something special for this build where we've integrated an automatic coffee machine that basically makes any type of coffee that you want. And we've separated the food pantry with integrated lighting as a large pull-out. So you essentially can go anywhere that you want and have the perfect cup of coffee. And on the other side, we have our half bath that comes with a full sliding door. So this entire panel acts as your door that gives you the privacy to the bathroom. Again, like the shower in the rear, we've used the same material, and it's all single slab panels, so there's no grout work at all. We've got our custom stone sink that matches the sink at the rear. The lighting design, you can really see the wood texture. It really pops out here on the bottom end of the medicine cabinet. Speaking about this medicine cabinet, we've got 5 doors here, so that's a tremendous amount of storage that you can add stuff into this half bath. To wrap up the middle area of this coach, the last feature we have here is the washer dryer. This is where you do your laundry. And now let's go talk about the driving area. So here we are in the cockpit area of this motor coach. Let's go over some of the features. One of the main things I always like to point out in the cockpit areas of the LOKI Coach is the attention to detail that's put into the reupholstering. The stitching is always done to perfection. And really this one stands out because it's got a lot of tone on tones, and it gives it really an elegant look. So up here we've got some leather, and subtly here we've integrated some Alcantara, and we finish it off with a carbon fiber panel here for the back of your dashboard. To the right of the dashboard is where we find our vehicle management system. Here we have a supersized tablet here that essentially you can load your vehicle management system on, but it also integrates into Apple CarPlay and has all of the other Android apps that you can find on a tablet. Up here we have the e-mirrors, which eliminates your blind spots and also gives you the 360 view for when you're parking or driving in a tight area. We've integrated 2 cup holders. This cup holder is done with a reupholstery, and the stitching work is just, the attention to detail is incredible. We've got a little storage area over here. The handrail is done in carbon fiber, as well as another accent piece over there, and the interior of these glove compartments here are all redone in Alcantara, which is an ultra premium finish. We've got our valid leveling system controls over here on this side, all of the Prevost controls, and again on the steering wheel we did a nice contrast where we've got the leather, and then just this trim around on the corner here is done in Alcantara. It's just these subtle details that really elevate the interior of this coach. Standard in all of our builds is the co-pilot seat that comes with massage features and is also ventilated, and then we have the door to the entry of the coach that has a gorgeous carbon fiber integration at the middle of the door, where we find the Garmin tablet that controls basically any part of the coach, but we've got a main screen there that controls the outside area where you have the awnings and the slide outs. We've talked about it a lot in our previous videos, but let's go over quickly what the Garmin vehicle management system does. It essentially controls the entirety of this motor coach, where we can control the lighting, we can control opening and closing the slide outs, the awnings, the windows. So there's a section where we manage all of the water areas, so the pumps, we can look at the levels of our water tanks, and also the energy management system is there. We can reset breakers, and we can see how much charge we have left and what's being used in consumption, and also how the vehicle is being charged. So really, the Garmin Vehicle Management System is kind of the brains that run a LOKI Coach motor coach. This wraps up the tour of this motor coach. I'd love to hear what you think about this layout and this design, and how you would configure your own LOKI coach if you were to build one. If you like this video, please consider subscribing and stay tuned because we've got a lot more builds to come.